began to talk about a way to reach out to the public in a way that they would be comfortable with. We had lots of ideas. So somebody brought up the idea of a coffee shop, and we knew at least that we could make coffee and we could bake. And we could offer everything we had at no cost. But whether or not the logistics would work out, that was a whole other question. So when we finally decided in community that we would try it and see if it was God's will, and that if it was, He was going to enable it anyway. So we talked together as a community and decided that we would look and see what was on Main Street that was available. And if there actually was a place available, and it was a place conducive to a coffee shop, we would take that as God's approval on our plan, and we would give it everything we had.
I'm starting to notice you are speaking.
Instantly, the sisters knew what would be a visiting room, what would be a gathering room, what would be a perfect room for people to do arts and crafts and puzzles and games together, or just spread out to visit or have a private conference. Sometimes we will meet our people here that we meet for spiritual mentorship, to pray with them, to talk with them, to see how they're doing in their spiritual lives on a monthly basis, to talk about the interior life. We found some good coffee machines, we learned to use them, we experimented with them, and we knew we could handle that. Once people came and were comfortable, they began to bring their friends with them.
When it comes to your spirit, when it comes to your presence, when it comes to your voice, I'm learning to listen, just to rest in your.
One thing that happens that we didn't expect, because a lot of this we don't expect, we just had to roll with it, is that this little lady was the only one here one day. And you never know if you're going to have one person or 25 in that day. So she was here by herself that day. You knew God always plans it like that. He always plans it to where there's two people that will meet here to talk about something, or a group over here that needs to meet each other to talk about mechanics or whatever, the guys. And we let them do that, and we're just refilling their cups. So this one day, this lady was sitting on the couch, and I was playing something on the speaker, and she said, that's one of my favorite songs. I grew up with that as a child, and she began to talk about her childhood. I said, what are your other favorite songs? And she named very classic fundamental Protestant songs. And I said, I can play those. So I found those, on Amazon Music, and began to play the songs, and she began to sing. And we began to join in singing the songs too. Thank God we know a few Protestant hymns, like the old Rugged Cross and Amazing Grace and How Great Thou Art. Tears are running down her face. She's here in the coffee shop singing her hymns with Catholic nuns. That kind of thing happens all the time.
I wanna see through your eyes. I wanna see through your eyes.
So every time we come, when we get in the car to come, a different sister leads a prayer that day to commend the effort to God, that it will be what He wants, and that He'll bring who He wants, and that we will be able to listen and to hear and to speak if that's what is needed. And so we get here and we're just open to whatever the Spirit leads us to do.
I'm not in a hurry when it comes to your spirit.
It has been an amazing year of surprises and gratifications and even sufferings and hard times, because some people bring very much crisis in here with them and all of their baggage and stuff, but we bring the same. So we meet as human beings on that level. And some people who were afraid of Catholicism or didn't get it, now look at it different. And if that's not evangelizing, I don't know what is.
When it comes to your voice, I'm learning.